During the past few weeks, plenty of people on the internet started expressing their mixed opinions about Chris and Karl, both who appear on MrBeast's channel quite often. Many people on the internet heavily dislike Karl Jacobs and believe he's a negative influence on other people, in this case, Chris Tyson. Being honest, I cannot say Karl Jacobs is a perfect example of a masculine man, by the way he dresses and acts, but you know, everybody's different in the way they act, in the way they dress. It is suspected that Karl corrupted, in brackets, gayified Chris Tyson and changed him from a masculine man to more of a woman. OG MrBeast viewers like me remember Chris as a pretty cool and what society would describe a funny masculine fella. And before we get any further, make sure to click on the subscribe button. The subscribe button might be a little bit difficult to see because the people who work at YouTube Designs are probably middle-aged depressed adults. It's barely visible, so make sure to hit this button if you want to support my channel. Chris used to be the man. Whenever the crew went camping, he would always be the one to start the campfire, prepare the food, and put up the tents. Like, it's pretty alpha if you're asking me. But when he started dressing in a more feminine manner, which includes him growing out his hair, painting his nails, and dressing differently, people started getting pretty mad that all of this is because of Karl. Karl woke up one day and used his dark gay spells to gayify Chris and change him into a more woman-like man. Like, of course, I feel awful for both of them, because they have been bullied harder than Lil Tay back in the day. Do you guys even remember Lil Tay? Or is that a little bit too long ago? Also, when this situation first started, Chris took a break because he just could not handle the negativity that he was receiving from people hating on him. I truly hope he's feeling better now, but I'm going to try to view this situation from a different perspective. Like, I have made a video on this topic a while ago. It's the most viewed video on my channel. Therefore, I'm making this video in the hopes it is as successful as this one. But overall, I do not believe Chris's change in style changed his personality at all. Like, he's still Chris, guys, just with a different texture pack. Like, to the people claim that Karl gayified Chris. Chris had already said he was pretty bisexual throughout his entire life. So I do not believe people should hustle on Karl that much. Like, it is important to keep in mind people who are a part of the LGBT community and are surrounded by more gay people or people who are more open about their sexuality. There's a very high chance they might start experimenting with a change of style, for instance. But I do not believe like anybody can completely influence another person to start dressing more feminine. I also understand there are many people who just hate Karl. All I'm going to say, it is not against the law to not like a person. Just because they're famous, they have so many subscribers, doesn't mean you have to view them as a god or something. I think this has become something which people get butthurt about quite often. When somebody doesn't like the content creator they passionately binge watch. Pretty sure Karl is a good guy in person, he's a great friend, but from my perspective, he's just not really that interesting to me. And I'm going to say this, he annoys me at times. I know plenty of people who are watching this video might be enjoying this video because of me, they like me as a person, some people might be, you know, neutral, they don't really care about anything. And then I can see plenty of people which probably hate me because of what I'm saying in this video. Like, it's normal, there should be no obligation to liking anyone. And I truly think because so many people already hate Karl, and then Chris starts like acting a little bit more like Karl, I think that might be one of the reasons people are getting so pissed off. Now something I want to talk about is Chris's marriage, because many people think it is on thin ice. As I said, Chris is the same guy, but with a different texture pack, a different character. It should not affect us from an audience perspective. But what about his wife? Like, listen up, I'm a pretty straight guy, most of the time anyways, and if I met a girl which I really liked and was attracted to, and eventually I decided to marry her, and a few months into the marriage, she started dressing up as a guy. She cut her hair short and visually started appearing more and more as a man. What I'm trying to say, I would feel very weird about it and perhaps uncomfortable. Straight men are attracted to feminine women. Straight women are attracted to masculine men. Like, the only person who is affected by his change in style can be his wife, not the audience. If MrBeast never made videos, instead had a podcast, and we never knew how MrBeast or Chris looked like, Chris's change in style would not be relevant to the viewer's experience. It would not affect the way the audience is going to perceive Chris. If anything, my only concerns would be about Chris's relationship with his wife. This might be similar to the scenario I've talked about before, that Chris's wife is a woman, she liked Chris because of his personality and because of his looks, and she was attracted to a man. And then that man started dressing up more as a woman. There have been plenty of people on the internet saying that Chris will divorce his wife for Karl. I see that as more of a comedic relief. But she is the only person who is truly affected by his change in style. Like, of course, he's still the same person, but it might be unattractive from a physical point of view for her. Let's just say there's a straight man, he marries a straight woman, or who he thinks is a straight woman, and then she starts dressing up as a man. That might be unattractive. Let's just say we have a gay man who is attracted to masculine men, and then his husband starts dressing up as a woman. That will definitely cause some issues in the relationship. Like, at the very same time, I did not know Chris's wife. Like, she may love Chris regardless. She may be even more attracted to him now. At the end of the day, there's no answer to this question. But as of now, there has been no news about Chris divorcing his wife. When it comes to his son, I'm pretty sure they will do an amazing job taking care of him. And I believe the way one dresses isn't going to have a drastic change about how the child is going to grow up, unless it's one of these annoying people we see on TikTok. At the end of the day, I admit I may be wrong. This is my current opinion on the facts I've seen. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and check out this video about the worst community on TikTok. Like, I mean it. It's pretty bad. Thank you so much again, and hopefully I will see ya in the next one. Peace out.